So in this video, we're going to be talking about how we went from having a planned birth at a birthing center to having our birth here at home. What's up guys, and welcome to another video here on Stoked to be Surigao. My name is Zur.
And I'm Farrah.
And we are the Surigaos. Wait, just kidding, hold on 1 second. If you guys don't know, we've been really busy lately, and it's for good reason. We have a new addition to our family, and his name is Baby Kaiser. Baby Kai. He's knocked out right now.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, buddy. And so together we are the Surigaos. And so on this channel, we're gonna just share our journey about building our faith and building our family as we pursue our dreams as creative entrepreneurs. So before we get into the birth story, we just want to talk about kind of what was our plan originally. What was our original plan?
From the beginning, the plan was obviously to have him at the birth center. It was going to be a water birth too. So the way that the birth center was set up there is you basically get like an apartment style room, like a huge bed, a fridge, like a huge like living room area, and they have a huge like beautiful tub for water births if you choose to have one. After doing like a lot of research about it, I was really excited for it because their tub was amazing. But before we got to the birth center, the plan was to just labor here at home as much as possible, and so that way whenever we got to the birth center, it was basically just like time to like get in the tub and basically have him.
All right, so just getting back into the very beginning of the story, how did it start out? It was Sunday, early morning.
I woke up around like 3:30 or 4 in the morning, having some cramping, and I was like, okay, this hurts a little bit. But I didn't wake Zur up or anything because I just went back to sleep.
I got up at like what, 7? And then that's when she told me like, hey, I think I'm having contractions. This is happening.
He got really excited.
I did get excited.
He's coming today. And I was like, whatever.
We don't know.
In my head, I was like, this isn't real.
So we stayed in bed pretty much that whole day together, resting and sleeping. And then at 12 o'clock, we called our doula, Rachel. She's awesome. And just kind of told her about our progress. And then at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock is when I called my mom and told her that I was having them, and that for me was like, okay, it's real. If I'm calling my mom and telling her, then it's happening. And she was just like, all right, okay. Of course she was excited. She was like, you just tell me when to come. I have my bags packed. And
but they did start to get consistent at that time. Now I was like, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I did know what to do, but I was like literally recording every single contraction. I was trying to like time it. I was trying to get how long apart they were because I was just like, I need to know. So when did we call our doula? A few hours later, a couple hours later, Farrah was just feeling really sick to the point where, I mean, she just couldn't even keep the food down. Then about at like 7 o'clock, they started to get a lot more frequent. It really started to get uncomfortable for Farrah to the point where at about like 9:45ish, I think, that's when we called Rachel just to come over, like, hey, I think, you know, we just could use that help now. And then after that, Farrah called our midwife, Shannon.
I called Shannon and then kind of told her like how I was feeling. I don't know, like I was having contractions while I was on the phone, but I guess I was just really quiet through them, going off of like how I was talking to her. I guess was pretty much normal like this, like how I'm talking now. So there was nothing really that told her like, oh, she's probably gonna need to go to the birth center soon, or no indication to her whatsoever that I was like even close. We hung up the phone and then waited for Rachel to get there.
And so then Rachel arrived, basically told Farrah like, okay, we got 2 options. Either you just try to get some rest throughout the night and we'll deal with it in the morning kind of thing, or try to speed things up. And Farrah, kind of almost done with it, she was just like, all right, let's speed things up. And that's when she said like, oh, let's go outside. We can try walking because that, you know, doing the stairs, taking a walk, that's going to speed things up.
So, oh my god, I keep freaking him out. Every time I talk, like, So yeah, to speed things up, we went outside, and we live on the 3rd floor, so there's 2 flights of stairs out here that I kind of did like some like curb walking. I had to sit down like for a while because I got really sick and like threw up again.
So after we got done outside, went back up those 2 flights of stairs again, and then we just tried different kinds of birthing like positions for Farrah. Not birthing positions, but laboring positions, I guess. And then at one point it was almost midnight where Farrah was just really tired, so we just had her lay on the bed. I just remember caressing her arm and like massaging her head. She was asleep. Now I was or she was, her eyes were closed, so I thought she was asleep. But anyways,
I was trying to sleep.
I was caressing her, and I just remember I was starting to fall asleep. I'm pretty sure I was starting to like doze off or something, or like I was, you know, doing the little head nods. And that's when Rachel was just like, okay, now both of you get inside the bed and you guys just rest for a while, and then I'll check up on you guys in an hour or something like that. And then it just got too uncomfortable for Farrah about like an hour later that
I had to get up and go to the
bathroom. And so that was about like 1 o'clock-ish. And Rachel came in and basically just said like, okay, what do you want to do again? Do we want to keep trying to rest? And Farrah was like, well, I just can't rest. So the only option we had was to speed things up. And so like she was like, okay, let's go outside again. So I was trying to get the smoothie stuff, because me being me, I didn't prepare the smoothie stuff yet. I packed everything else, but Farrah wanted the smoothie stuff. I went to the freezer, I got the berries out, and lo and behold, I drop it on the ground.
I was like leaning on the kitchen table having a contraction, watching him drop some berries everywhere, and I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, dude, this is not the time, like get your crap together. And then right after that is when my water broke.
Here was it was a big like splash on the thing. And then Rachel's like in the bedroom and she was like, you guys okay in there? And I'm like, yeah, I think her water broke. Got some towels, cleaned it all up, and then she was like, okay, let's move to the bathroom and we're gonna try a different position. And that's the position where we were there for like a good 30-40 minutes. I mean, she was leaning on the back seat of the toilet and I was like on a chair right behind her. When we called our midwife again, and basically she wanted our goal to be having them about 3 minutes apart for 60 seconds and lasting for about an hour. They were definitely getting more intense. They were just not as frequent. And so Rachel was like, okay, let's speed things up and let's actually go outside again.
It was really intense at that point. In my head, I was thinking, okay, if they're not sending me to the birth center yet, then I'm gonna have to speed things up, because I was like, this really sucks. So I need to like get this going. Everyone else was acting like calm and fine, but in my head I was like, this really, really sucks.
But so, outwardly, she looked really fine. So we made about 1 flight of stairs down. About halfway through the 2nd stair, Farrah was saying that like, oh, she's starting to feel pressure down there. I remember Rachel just saying like, yeah, that's normal, you should feel that. That means he's moving, you know, down into the birth canal or whatever. And so then we got to the very bottom of the stairs.
I think that's when Rachel was like asking me if I was really ready to go to the birth center. Since we had made it to the bottom of the stairs, I was like, yes, I'm really ready to go. Yeah. I was hoping that she would say like, okay, well, we'll go grab the bags and then like bring them down here and then we'll get in the car and go. As soon as she said like, okay, let's go back upstairs and get the bag, somehow in the back of my mind I just knew. I was like, there's no way I'm coming back down these stairs. Like, no.
She says that, and we go up the first flight of stairs going up, and I remember she was like, you know, I feel him down there. In my head, I'm just thinking of exactly what we talked about earlier. It was like, oh yeah, he's just naturally moving down there. What she had meant was that like, if she were to put her hand down there, she would really feel him. Like, I feel him. But we didn't think that. So we were on the 2nd floor, and I remember there was a security guard, Cody, who came, and he was just like, so yeah, I was down there. Do you need me to call an ambulance? And me and Rachel just turned to him just like, oh no, we're fine. We're just having a baby, you know, just laboring through it. We're gonna head upstairs, grab our bags, and we're about to go to the birthing center. So don't worry about it. Made it all the way up the last flight of stairs, got into the apartment, and then Rachel told Farrah like, hey, go to the restroom before we leave, and then we'll go. And so Farrah went to the restroom.
I sat down and I guess like was gonna try to pee, and then
we walk in.
They walked in like right after, and faces were just like their jaws just dropped, and their eyes got super big.
Like,
and so I looked down and you could see his head.
He was crowning.
So like when they had the look of shock on their faces, mine was like relief. Like I was happy. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I was going down those stairs and getting in that car. Like, no.
So Rachel was just like, oh crap. I mean, in a more explicit term, basically said, okay, sir, call 911. She started calling the midwife. I'm on the phone, right? And I'm talking to this dispatcher, a dude. Okay, sir, can you give me your name? Can you give me the address? What's happening? I'm giving him the address. And he's like, and can you name the apartment complex? And I'm like, I don't know the name of our compartment.
Doesn't have a name.
I don't think it has a name. So I just kept saying,
Seminary housing.
Seminary housing. It's the student housing right across from Southwestern Seminary. And he's like, yes, but what's the name? And in my head, I'm just like, dude, really? Like,
I was getting mad because I was literally sitting on the toilet, like holding his head and like keeping him in the whole time.
In my head, I'm just trying to stay calm because obviously she's in a more worse position. I'm just like trying to talk to this dude. It gets transferred to another person, and it's a girl this time, and I'm literally relaying the same exact information to this lady. I think because she was with the paramedics or whatever. Finally, it came to the point where, again, we were at that same question. What's the name of the complex? Our doula she was done with it, and she basically just told her, he's crowning. What do we need to do? Remember, I asked her, I was like, okay, she's sitting on the toilet. Is she supposed to just come out here? And she was like, no. Get her off the toilet. And I was like, okay, so do you want her in the tub? And then she was like, no, not the tub. Try to get her to the bed. I grabbed all these towels.
Over to the bed.
Waddling over to the bed. I grabbed all these towels, threw it on the bed, and she waddled all the way over. I looked over at Rachel, and she's pretty much looking at me like, well, you gotta deliver this baby. She laid down on the bed. Basically, the dispatch lady, she was like, okay, tell her to push. Okay, babe, push. But Farrah didn't make a sound. I mean, she was pushing, but she wasn't making any sound. And so his head, like his full head popped out. A little bit of his shoulder popped out. And then the lady on the dispatch, she was like, okay, did she push? She's like, okay, I need you to tell her to really push. I was like, her head's out and everything. And he's like, okay, babe, you really gotta push it really, really hard. Made a noise. And this was like all in a span of 10 seconds. Like, 2 pushes. It was so quick. He came out. And I remember she was telling me like, okay, be ready because he's gonna be really, really slippery. And can I say something too? He was like purple. Okay, I guess I just didn't know this. In my head, I was like, oh my gosh, something's wrong. I didn't think he was gonna be purple. I thought he was gonna be like this color coming out, or just red, you know, with blood. But anyways, I caught him, and then she was just like, okay, put him chest to chest. Put him on her chest, and basically she was like, okay, grab fresh towels, rub him down, pat his back, make sure he's trying to cry. A couple minutes, and then some paramedics stormed the room with the fire department.
They were great.
They were great. They were awesome. They did such an amazing job. And the lady on dispatch, so there was a point while I was patting his back, she was like, okay, this is really important. I need you to get ready. You're gonna cut the umbilical cord. You're gonna cut the umbilical cord. I kept telling him, I was like, I'm just gonna wait till the midwife gets here. She's gonna come here in like a couple minutes. He wouldn't listen to me, so I just said, okay, yeah, I'm doing it right now. Sorry, I'm a liar. I lied, I'm sorry. The midwife needed help finding our apartment, and so I went outside to go and find her and help her in. But ironically, the same security guard who was asking Cody if we needed an ambulance was the very one who helped the paramedics and our midwife find our apartment. So yeah, sorry.
He was probably just like, oh
he was like, yeah.
People.
Should have just listened.
Yeah.
They were great too. We had a whole team that were just helping us. They cleaned the sheets. They cleaned the blood that was on the carpet and on the bathroom floor.
It was a mess.
It was a mess, but a beautiful mess. I don't know, just looking back, honestly, I loved it. I wouldn't do it any other way, to be honest with you. Like, it was just such a experience. It really was. So the midwife was doing all the things while the paramedics were there, cut the cord and everything. We were just making sure that he was all healthy and mama was healthy. And then there was this point where the placenta was ready to be delivered. So, you know, they were doing like this massage thing to feel it out. Shannon was just like, hey Farrah, would it be okay if, you know, we just allow the paramedics to kind of just feel this? I know it's gonna hurt and be uncomfortable, but would you be willing to let them, you know, because they never experience this, they never get live training. And Farrah, her being such a good person, was just like, yeah, she could have just
so good. And at that point, I was like, man, he's out. Like,
nothing is worse than that.
I don't care about anything anymore.
I mean, they were really grateful because, I mean, they got to experience it and get hands-on training, so that was really awesome. Shout out to them. If you guys ever find this video, you guys were awesome.
It really was all like orchestrated so well, like the way that the Lord just like planned it all. Even down to the people that were the paramedics that came, like they knew obviously that I was trying to have a natural birth because we had a midwife and a doula and everything, but they like really respected that too. So they didn't like rush us off to the hospital, you know, and they said like, you guys have got a really great team here and y'all are doing great, like he's healthy and fine. So
that's kind of just like testament to what we learned throughout this whole that whole laboring and pregnancy process. Like throughout the whole pregnancy, we were just praying that Kai, baby boy, is gonna be healthy and strong, and then also that during the pregnancy and then especially during the laboring process that Farrah would just have the strength and that it would be safe, that it would be smooth and, you know, no complication. And God really answered our prayers because this baby boy is a strong and healthy boy. I mean, so strong that he decided to come out early. The process was smooth. It really was. I mean, sure, it didn't go as we planned, but you know, we wouldn't have had it any other way. And God truly answered our prayers. It was just such a blessing that, I mean, I got to really deliver our kid. I got to catch him. Farrah really had just such a blessing of literally 2 pushes, 10 seconds, and it was over. And no complications. God really orchestrated all of it. Like Farrah said, like to the people that he surrounded us with, to even just the situation, he knew. Now, if we had actually, you know, decided to, when we were down there, for us to go upstairs, grab the bag, and go to the birthing center, we probably would have had him maybe on the side of the road or in the CRV, in the car. It really was to the very end God's, you know, hand on it all, and he answered our prayers. Maybe not in the way that we expected, but definitely in the way that we needed.
And it was fun. Like the team that we had, like you said earlier, like Rachel and Shannon and, oh my gosh, we don't know the name.
I don't know. If you're watching this video, we are so sorry. Oh,
no, we need to get her name because she came with Shannon and she does like home births. And it was like such a celebration afterward. Like everyone, it was just like
happy and relieved.
So joyful, like everyone was.
Also, shout out to just Karen, our birth boot camp teacher.
Would not have been able to do it without you.
Because I remember there were just moments where I was just having to recall information from the class, and we were well prepared. So well prepared that our doula, she even told us after that, like, man, we were doing so good that there were moments where she just had to step back and let us do our thing, you know, where I was supporting her and Farrah was going through the laboring process. She said, we just did fine. Again, it was because of the people that surrounded us, that supported us, family, our friends, for your prayers. We are just so blessed for all of you guys, for just having you guys in our life. And this baby boy is blessed because of it. Thank you guys for checking out this video. We really hope you guys enjoyed our birth story. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for it, so thank you for your patience. Again, we've been very busy just adjusting, and me going back to work, going back to school, and then Farrah being at home alone, having to take care of him. It's been a journey, but thank you guys for your patience. And we're releasing this on his 1 month birthday. How do you say that? Yeah, I guess monthsary. I don't know. His 1 month birthday, August 27th at 2:50 a.m. That was his birthday, and it's we're gonna release this on September 27th. Baby boy, happy birthday! Because this is also for you when you see this, however many years later. Happy 1 month. We love you, son. So yeah, if you guys would, we'd love to hear your guys' feedback just on what you thought about our birth story, or if you have a birth story of your own that you just think you want to share with us. Please share it with us. Baby boy is obviously wanting to hear it. Share it in the comment section down below. If you guys love this video or you like these kind of videos, be sure to just give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys for watching again.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, you stink. Did you poo-poo?